So anyway, people, it's not in the frame. So today we're just going to have a look at the Denmark 2001 coin set. And as you can see, it's actually in Danish and English. So Møntsted, coin set, and coin set. So from Denmark. And as you can see, in English, Denmark starts with D-E-N. In Danish, it's D-A-N. And here we have the monogram of Margrethe II. And has R... I think it's a QR. No, I'm not too sure what the monogram. It's probably KR, König Regnus. So let's have a look inside the actual coin set. So if you open it up, first thing you'll notice there's a lot of information in Danish for at have is whatever, and you probably say, oh, for at have. Oh, that sounds like English. No, it's not English. If we look at the English information, you need to turn it over again. So in order to ensure the portrait of the Queen on a 10 and 20 krona up to date and a good resemblance, the portrait is changed from time to time. So what they're talking about here is that the 10 and 20 krona, this is the first year of the newer portrait, which is that portrait here. And as far as I know, they've actually dropped this portrait because it just doesn't do her any good. So let's have a look. There you go. I'll zoom in. You can see this portrait here. And here is the actual portrait of the earlier coin. So it's 1994 and it's a little bit different. And I reckon it just makes it look like an old prune. They could have actually used a better portrait, which I've seen the newer coins and have actually done that. They've actually upgraded her portrait, but all the other coins are actually pretty much the standard circulation coins. I'm talking about the 25 or to 5 krona, and they actually don't use the 25 or, which is worth about 5 Australian cents anymore. They got rid of that in 2008, and the 50 or, which is down the bottom, it's worth about 10 Australian cents or 11 Australian cents, whichever way. That's the smallest denomination I actually use. So no wonder why people are going, oh, we should get rid of the 5 cent, because you can't really buy anything with that coin anymore. And if you look at the 5 and 10, that actually has the crown of Christian V, who reigned from 1646 to 1699. So it's about 350-year-old crown. And I believe they use the same type of crown on the 1, 2 and 5 krona, although it might be a more modern actual crown. And if you have a look at the effigy of the Queen, you can see it has Margrethe II, Denmark's dronning, just means Margrethe II, Denmark's Queen. And on either side, so where did I put my pen? So on either side of the date, so I'm talking about here and here, one of these would have been the engraver, the other one would have probably been the head of the mint, which Denmark is actually quite well known for. And it also has it on here, there's LB and JP. And the engraver of these is, it says Johan Erkler, who's the designer. So I'm not too sure who these initials actually are. So as these are all 2001, they're actually not scarce. So the 25 had about 10.5 million. The 50 had about 12.27 million. The 1 krona had 14.64, so it's actually the highest minted of the lot. The 2 krona had 11.18 million minted. The 5 krona had 5.7 million. The 10 krona had 4.8 million coins minted, and the 20 krona, which is the lowest minted of the lot, is 2.9 million. And you have to remember the population of Denmark's about 5.5 million people, and they actually use a lot of electronic payments now, so a lot of these mintages probably would have gone down. They actually do mint these coins currently, but for Danish coins, there's no premium on any coin that's over 1 million that have been minted. I would actually go as far as to say over 100,000 minted, because all these coins are pretty much low mint. Unlike Australian coins, which actually have like 10, 20, 30 million coins minted every year, these ones are not really high minted. So on the reverse, so the reverse actually doesn't have the monogram or the effigy. We have the 3 lions that represent Denmark, and then we have some Nordic swirls. So this is more like a Viking type of patination. Then we have 2 love hearts, which represent the Danish mint. And here we just have the denomination, so 25 øre and 50 øre. So that is a nice coin set. On the reverse, we have the actual effigies that they've actually used. So as you can see, they've changed just in 12 years. They've had 3 different effigies. I think they actually might use this one again, because this one looks a bit terrible actually. So, but this is the best effigy that they've used, and this one I actually used on coins that are older. So I think, where is it? Here it is. So here's another effigy that they've actually used. This one is from 1975. So let me swap over. So 1975 1 krona. This still legal tender, but they've actually reduced the size now. And as you can see, her effigies have actually changed as she gets older. So pretty much like Elizabeth II. And I'm not too sure if any other monarchs actually done this. I'd have to actually look that up. But the thing with these Danish, there's the Danish flag. It's actually the oldest flag in existence. So it's been used since pretty much the 12th century to represent Denmark, and no other country is actually a flag that's older that's currently in use. Another thing is that there's only 28,000 of these produced. It says so in there. And if you get another set of these coins of a different date, they actually only put the coins that are actually minted in that year. So some coins would actually be missing some denominations. So you might be missing a 2 krona or 20 krona or a 50 øre. Depends if that coin is actually minted every year. So that's an important thing you need to know. You're not going to get all denominations every year, because some years they just don't mint them. So that is what are the values of these mint sets. So I guess it would actually depend on like Australian uncirculated coin sets, depends on what is actually in it. If it's got a commemorative, if it has low mint coins, that will actually put the value of it up. But this one you can probably pick up for about $10, $10-$20 in that range. If it has a coin that's a low mint, probably put another $10 on that. If it has a commemorative, well, maybe put $20 on that, because commemorative in Denmark are pretty much low mint, and they're usually in the 20 krona denomination. So because that coin actually circulates, and it actually gets a high return rate to the mint. You can't actually find too many of them on the internet like eBay and that. And if you do find one, usually it's in pretty bad condition. So I hope you like this coin set. I quite like it. I think it's not bad. I'm trying to get some more coin sets from other countries. Maybe I'll get Sweden or Finland next. But I'm not too sure if I actually try and get Vatican or Monaco, because those coins are actually a bit harder to get. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching my video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And let me know what you would actually like to see in coin sets as well. And also, I actually have a Discord forum. I should actually promote it. I don't promote it, so that's why it's not being used that much. So I'd like you to subscribe to that so you can actually talk about coins. And please leave a comment down below. Thank you and bye-bye.